Okay, the seasons are changing and it's time to button everything up. We're having one more nice little warm spell, it looks like, and then we're going to be in November, and then there'll be snow, and snow means no work outside, most of the time anyways. So my plan, so I can still work in the barn a little bit over the winter. Whenever I cut a tree down, I try and save nice long pieces, although it seems like they warp. It seems like they always warp by the time I'm ready to use them. Anyways, I'm going to make a lean-to on the side of the barn. Something like that. I'm actually going to build off of that stump, I think, because it's up a couple feet. But I think that'll have to be a little bit longer. And I think the rest of them, I think I'm only going to put them about every 4 feet. But I'm pretty sure what's going to happen is, it seems like every year ice forms on the top of the building and then comes crashing down whenever the weather is nicer in the spring. It's probably just going to wreck my plastic, but I guess oh well, I gotta do something. This old tarp I put up here, that is just disgusting. It rips apart in pieces and it makes a mess all over the ground. So I'm going to do away with that and use more of this greenhouse plastic that I saved from when I worked at a greenhouse. Once I get that down, I'm going to try and put some timbers resting against the building. Well, the tarp is down, and of course, once I got the band-aid off, I'm finding more rot / powder post beetle damage. They kind of go together like depression and anxiety, I believe. So there's still hard stuff underneath. This was on the surface. I just took my hammer. There's a little crack there. I do have some tim-bor treatment coming. The rest of the beam looks decent. I think I'm gonna shave this down about 1 inch somehow. You can tell there was powder post beetles in there at one time. Took the band-aid off. Up there it looked like there was a powder post beetles at one time. But I did not notice any new frass or sawdust. So that is good. I mean, this is almost, I want to say that's dry rot more than powder post. But probably both. Yeah. I might even buy some Boracare. That stuff is like $80 or $100 a gallon, but I think it would be the right thing to do. It's over there. Oh. There's a wild chicken. So, I'm going to try and get my little greenhouse done here and get her buttoned up for the winter. I gotta jack that up too. I do have a block sitting under it for temporary. What a mess. What a mess. That's what happens when you neglect a building for 100 years. Alright, here's where we are at. A little progress done yesterday. Instead of buying more 2x4s or 4x4s, I'm using these tree logs. Set up a few cinder blocks to make it a little bit taller. I just got to add 1 or 2 more and it should work. And it's costing me nothing. That's how you get by, I guess. This one I kind of experimented last summer. I had a little bonfire going and I stuck it by the side of it to singe it. Apparently that's supposed to preserve them. It's not really going to matter for this case since I'm not sticking it in the ground. I was going to make more scaffolding. Continue to try and make more scaffolding. But I think I'm going to give up on the building scaffolding idea. I was putting these timbers right directly in the ground. It doesn't appear they are rotting, although there is some fungus growing. I don't know. I think once you have fungus growing, you're on your way to rotting. So I'm actually bidding on more scaffolding. So if I can get 3 layers up on scaffolding, because that's just not wide enough. 3-foot wide pallets, I think. Yeah, it's just not safe. So I'll have to shovel out another couple $100 on scaffolding. I'd say it's worth it. So that is the plan. Just got to find one more post. Maybe I will just use this one. It's way bigger than I want to use. I don't need one. That one is heavy. I'm actually using a draw knife to take the bark off of the boards. You can tell there has been some type of beetles in these. I'm not finding any. Well, last night I was working on it. Maybe it's because it was dark out, I couldn't see them. If you don't take the bark off, then you get, it's like an attractant for insects. So I just use that draw knife. I got that one at Menards a few years back. Pretty cheap. So yeah, if you don't take the bark off, that's more inviting insects to come into your structure. So next step is I may put a couple cross braces. I think I'll just do one on each end to keep the sides from bowing in when I stretch the plastic. And then, yeah, it's plastic time. So keep on keeping on. There you have the ugly, pretty birds. Alright, I finally got a little lean-to done. So as to continue work on the barn during the winter, don't know what I'm going to do for doors yet. Probably just end up folding them over. That is by use of recycling. Yep, those are tree limbs. That's what they are. If you did not see the other video. So, looks like I'll be able to stick a couple lawnmowers in here over the winter also, so that's good. So that cost should be nothing really. Recycled greenhouse plastic, which is better than tarps in my opinion. Yeah, I forgot. I did find one hole so far. I gotta patch that up. Cleaned it last night, but I did not patch it. So that's what we got. I gotta finish the other end yet. As you can see, there's just a little bit of wind. And already trying to whipple wind it off. Gotta put a couple more laths on it. I should cut that grapevine out of that tree. So, secure this end and yeah, see, it's trying to rip it off already. I gotta secure it a little bit better. Actually, I gotta make more laths